Do do. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. So I wanted to give my reaction to the Roe versus Wade decision. And I just have a couple of points that I'd like to make. Number one, I think this is a huge spiritual victory, not just a natural victory, because of all the craziness that's going on in America right now. So there's so much going on. I mean, there is a clear attack on the family. There is a clear attack on children. There's a clear attack on parents. There's a clear attack on dads. There's just an attack on the family. And when we see this victory, where the attack on life, the right to be born, has just been struck down, I feel like God just, in the midst of all this craziness, just showed his power and his might. And I am I just beyond happy to see this. I am so grateful that this passed, because there's a lot. I feel like we have to be consistent in our logic when we're talking about life. You cannot say that you care about lives. You cannot say that you are for people being their well-being and then turn around and say, well, unless, you happen to be in the womb of a woman, and then it's okay for your life to not be important. That is an inconsistent argument. And I do not think that if life is important to you, then it should be important from the beginning. And, Anna Navarro had some pretty, in my opinion, nasty words. And she was on The View, and she was talking about, there are people that are born with, special needs and disabilities and things like that. And how the hardship of them, for the parents to care for them. And just all of these reasons why they should not be born. Well, I have a special needs child, okay? And sometimes it is hard, but I guess it's a typical child. And sometimes it's hard to raise either one of them for different reasons. But certainly the answer is not, let's just end the child's life because, their life will be different. I mean, doesn't that sound like the eugenicist back in the day? Well, you're a little bit different, so you don't deserve to live. We're going to end your life. I mean, but that's where these ideas come from. Who is fit to live? Who is fit to live? Hi, Shannon. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks for tuning in. Oh, love you right back. Good to see you. But that is what we're saying. If you are going to qualify, when you start giving reasons that it is okay to not support a life, it's a slippery slope. And I think that's why we see so many abortions right now, so many going on right now. And so I'm just ecstatic about Roe being overturned, and that life will be supported. And I mean, people, it's pushed back to the states, that's a thing. It's being pushed back to the states. And so, it's a step in the right direction, but I feel like we have to be consistent in our support for life. You can't support it on one end and then on the other hand, say, well, okay, it's okay on the other end. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the trauma that mothers who go through abortion experience. People rarely talk about, I am someone who had an abortion, and I've shared this, publicly at this point, and the trauma that comes with having an abortion, no one talks about. Even police officers, when they have taken a life, even if it's justified, they have to take time off of work. They have to deal with the fact that they took the life of another human being. When you get up off of that table, and I don't mean to be graphic, but when you get up and you realize what you have done, that shame, that guilt, that is very heavy. For many women have come up to me with tears in their eyes, older women, where they did this years ago and they still deal with the trauma. I want you to know that there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. There is wholeness that you can find. There is forgiveness in Christ, and you have to work on forgiving yourself. You do, because it is too heavy a burden to bear. But there is hope in Christ. And so I just want to say to those moms, I pray for you. Your trauma, your hurt, your trauma, it doesn't go missed on many of us. There are many of us who pray for the moms who felt like in that time, that was the only decision that they could make, who have to deal with the trauma of that. It is not an easy thing, and nobody really talks about the other side. Nobody really talks about the other side of what you have to face, and when you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize what you have done. Oh my gosh, I wish, one day maybe I'll talk about the stories that mothers have shared with me when they have to come to that realization. But I am just so thankful that this decision was overturned by the Supreme Court. I think, especially right now, when the devil is being just so blatant with all of the things that he is doing, just being, the attack on the children, the attack on the family, it's just so out in the open. And I just feel like God said, he just shut it down, and he said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And, we can rejoice in that God is still in control, even in the midst. One of our Moms for America moms said this, and I just thought it was so great. In the midst of the enemy and the left doing all of this crazy stuff, we know that God is in control. This administration is the most radical pro-abort. The Biden administration is the most radical pro-abortion administration that we have seen in a very long time. And during this administration, God has said, no more. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Please share this video, follow if you are not following. I'm going to post this on YouTube, so subscribe if you are not subscribed. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.